Introduction. Your salary works hard, but somehow it never seems to buy you a home. Every month you save, you budget, you hustle, yet the dream of owning a house stays just out of reach. Why does this happen? Today, I will reveal why your income alone cannot secure a home, no matter how disciplined you are. From hidden tricks banks, developers, and even governments use, to the way property markets are structured to favor investors, the system is stacked against salary earners. Stay with me until the end, because the bonus point about financial leverage will completely change how you think about money, property, and wealth. This knowledge can make the difference between renting forever or finally owning your home and building generational wealth. Point 1. Salaries lag behind property prices. For decades, salaries have grown slowly, often just enough to cover inflation, while property prices have skyrocketed. In Nairobi, the average house price in prime suburbs has doubled or tripled in less than 10 years. But salaries increased by only 20 to 30%. In New York, London, Tokyo, and Sydney, similar patterns emerge. Wages stagnate while property becomes increasingly expensive. This creates a growing gap. No matter how much you earn, the cost of a home often outpaces your savings. You can save diligently for years, but by the time you think you have enough, property prices have already moved higher. Meanwhile, landlords, investors, and developers continue to profit. This system rewards those who already own property while keeping ordinary earners trapped in rent cycles. Even if you work multiple jobs, overtime, or side hustles, the income alone rarely catches up. The harsh truth is that financial discipline alone is not enough. To overcome this, you must use strategies beyond salary, leverage, partnerships, early investments, or buying smaller properties first. Those who understand this create wealth steadily, while others continue to struggle despite working hard. Recognizing that wages lag behind property appreciation is the first step to escaping the trap and starting a path toward real estate ownership. Point 2. Banks profit from your dreams. Banks present mortgages as the ultimate path to home ownership, but in reality, they are designed to extract maximum profit from you. Interest, fees, long repayment periods, and hidden charges mean you often pay 2 to 3 times the original value of the home. In Kenya, SACCO loans appear convenient, but the monthly deductions consume a significant portion of income. In the United States, 30-year fixed mortgages require decades of payments, often leaving little room for investment or savings. Even if property appreciates, the real benefit goes to the banks because they collect interest consistently, while you risk inflation eroding the value of your future equity. In the United Kingdom, high property taxes, insurance, and maintenance combined with mortgages can trap homeowners in a cycle of constant outflow. The system is structured so that banks win regardless of market changes. Ordinary salary earners often fail to notice this. Only those who learn to leverage loans strategically, invest in additional assets, or generate passive income can turn a mortgage into a tool rather than a burden. Understanding this reality is crucial. Without planning, relying solely on a salary and mortgage is a slow path to home ownership and a fast path to financial stress. Those who act strategically avoid falling into the trap that keeps most people perpetually renting or under financial pressure. Point 3. Inflation eats your savings. Even the most disciplined savers face an invisible enemy: inflation. Every shilling, dollar, or pound you put aside loses value over time. While property prices rise, salaries and savings struggle to keep pace. In South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, and Ghana, long-term property values increase steadily, but wage growth rarely matches it. In the United States, Europe, and Japan, inflation-adjusted salaries often lag behind real estate appreciation by decades. This means that even if you save rigorously, your purchasing power diminishes over time, and the down payment you planned for may suddenly be insufficient. Renters experience a similar issue. They may save, but rents rise faster than savings can accumulate. The system is designed to reward property owners and early investors, while ordinary earners fall behind. To overcome this, salary earners must explore ways to invest in appreciating assets rather than keeping money idle in savings accounts. Buying smaller properties, partnering in investments, or leveraging available loans intelligently can counteract inflation's effect. Without such strategies, decades of disciplined saving may still leave you unable to buy a home. Inflation silently steals the power of your salary, and understanding this is essential to finally breaking the cycle of renting and deferred homeownership. Point 4. Lifestyle creep prevents homeownership. As income rises, people often spend more on cars, gadgets, holidays, and luxury items. This phenomenon, known as lifestyle creep, silently drains potential savings for a home. In Nairobi, young professionals frequently buy flashy SUVs while still renting small apartments. In London, New York, and Sydney, families stretch their budgets to purchase luxury vehicles, smartphones, and branded goods, leaving little for deposits, renovations, or investment properties. Lifestyle creep disguises itself as earning more, living better. But in reality, it delays wealth accumulation and homeownership. The pressure to keep up with peers often leads to debt, high-interest loans, and financial stress. Individuals who control lifestyle creep, prioritize essential spending, and redirect extra income to investments or property acquisition build wealth over time. Ignoring this principle ensures that despite higher salaries, you remain trapped in the cycle of renting, debt, and missed opportunity. The controversial truth is that many people could afford a house years earlier if they reduced unnecessary spending. Choosing temporary gratification over strategic investment keeps the system in your favor, but the wealthy understand the power of restraint. Recognizing and controlling lifestyle creep is one of the most overlooked strategies for breaking free from salary constraints and finally securing a home. Point 5. Rent transfers, wealth to landlords. Every month, your rent goes directly into your landlord's pocket, building their equity and wealth while you gain nothing. In Lagos, Johannesburg, Nairobi, New York, and London, long-term renters unwittingly fund other people's financial growth. These payments could have been directed toward a down payment, renovations, or investment properties. Renters often argue that renting is cheaper or safer than buying, but over decades the numbers are shocking. Paying rent while delaying property acquisition often means losing hundreds of thousands or even millions in potential equity. Meanwhile, landlords leverage these payments to pay off mortgages, invest in more properties, and generate passive income. The controversial truth is that every rent check strengthens someone else's financial future at your expense. Understanding this is crucial. Individuals who prioritize home ownership early, even modest properties, redirect money into assets that grow. This is why wealthy individuals often start with property first, sometimes foregoing luxury cars or other status symbols. Every rent payment that does not contribute to your future is a loss in disguise. Building wealth requires shifting from a tenant mindset to an owner mindset, where your money works for you, not others. Point 6. Lack of financial literacy. Most salary earners never learn how to structure finances for wealth creation. They focus on earning more without understanding leverage, mortgages, tax strategies, or investment vehicles. In schools worldwide, from Nairobi to New York, financial education is minimal. People believe that working harder or earning more guarantees homeownership. But without knowledge, the gap between income and property prices persists. Those who understand mortgages, interest rates, leveraging rentals, and strategic investment timelines gain a massive advantage. Financial literacy is not optional. It is the difference between staying trapped in rent cycles and acquiring a home in a fraction of the time. Ignorance keeps ordinary earners dependent on salary alone, while informed investors exploit leverage and passive income to multiply wealth. The controversial reality is that intelligence alone does not guarantee homeownership. It is financial education that creates freedom. Point 7. The opportunity cost of waiting. Delaying property purchase to save more is one of the biggest financial mistakes salary earners make. While you wait, property prices rise, interest rates fluctuate, and inflation erodes savings. In Nairobi, areas like Syokimau and Kitengela, have appreciated drastically over 10 years. Globally, markets in Tokyo, New York, and London show the same pattern. Early action yields massive returns. Waiting for the perfect moment often means paying significantly more later or missing opportunities entirely. Every year of delay compounds lost wealth, while strategic early buyers accumulate equity, rental income potential, and leverage. Acting sooner, even with smaller properties, builds momentum and long-term wealth that waiting alone cannot provide. Bonus point: leverage and smart investments. The wealthy do not rely solely on salary. They use leverage, partnerships, and creative investments to acquire property faster. Mortgages, rental income, and strategic purchases allow modest earners to enter the market earlier. Understanding zoning, maps, and growth patterns also gives an advantage. Knowledge and action together are far more powerful than raw income. Ignoring these strategies keeps ordinary people trapped in rent and salary cycles. Now you know why your salary alone cannot buy a house. But don't panic. In the next video, I will reveal exactly how the wealthy turn ordinary salaries into property portfolios that generate wealth, security, and freedom. Subscribe to Dream House Plan and Costs and learn how to make your income work for you. Your salary can open doors if you know how to use it.